Greetings, greetings, greetings to all my loved ones. Welcome back to Healing Wisdom with me, your favorite, realist, sexiest spiritual advisor, Empress Oracle. On behalf of Starseed Galactic Federation, I have been given access to this knowledgeable information from my Akashic records for the purpose of helping humanity. This information has been given directly to me as a divine channel, and any use and or reproduction of said information without the proper acknowledgement or accreditation from where it was received will result in instant karma for the plagiarizing parties and or individuals. And so it is. Now, guys, today we are going to talk about outgrowing yourself, because a lot of people are tired of their own bullshit and they really don't even realize it. But I'm going to tell you, first and foremost, how you know that you're outgrowing yourself is when you get tired of the same old humdrum, rudimentary, recycled life that you live over and over and over again. I don't know if you guys ever saw this movie. This movie is very old. This movie called Groundhog Day, where this man relives the same day. I think it was Bill Murray who played in it. He relives the same day over and over and over again. And unfortunately, that's how a lot of people are doing, because a lot of people are choosing to not ascend. A lot of people are choosing to stay asleep, regardless of what the universe is telling them, regardless of what their body is telling them, regardless of what their spirit guides are telling them. A lot of people are choosing to just continue to do the same things every day, just like a robot. For all of that, we may as well just let artificial intelligence do their thing, because a lot of people are out here being bots, just for the simple fact that they don't want to do the work that it takes in order for you to ascend and be your best self and achieve your fullest, highest purpose and potential, which is what we came here on earth to do. And that is very sad and very unfortunate. And what makes it even worse is now that social media is really highlighting how much not only are we becoming a society of followers, but it's also highlighting just how bad people are tired of their own shit, and they might not even realize it. People are displaying, they're projecting towards everything and everybody their unhappiness or their discomfort with their own lives, instead of choosing to do the work that it takes to be your best self. Unfortunately, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but I don't mind giving it to you guys because I know it will help you. We all have to do the inner work. You cannot depend on somebody else to heal you. You cannot depend on somebody else to fulfill you, to satisfy you. You cannot. And a lot of people, unfortunately, yes, they have realized that, but instead of going within and doing the necessary shadow work and the healing of the past traumas, the childhood traumas, overcoming their fear, overcoming their ego, conquering their demons that were placed upon them in order to hold them back this lifetime, a lot of people would rather be in denial. But let me tell you, denial is a river in Africa. It should not live anywhere near you. It should not be in your heart, because people who are tired of their own shit, they fall prey to certain addictions because they choose escapism instead of doing the work. And unfortunately, when you choose escapism as a route instead of doing the necessary inner healing and shadow work, you end up having to do more work, which means it's even harder than it would have been before, because now you also have to overcome an addiction, which is also a form of spiritual attack or spiritual warfare, and it is also something that is meant to keep you suppressed and lower your vibration. That's even harder. You know that you're tired of your own shit when you wake up every day and you're not satisfied. Not everybody is chosen to have a higher calling. Everybody plays their role. Just like I'm telling you, we have all different forms of life here on earth besides humans. We have star seeds like myself. We have earth angels, indigo children, rainbow children. We have a plethora of various types of energetic beings living here on earth. However, a lot of those people don't even realize who they truly are, because when they get the nigglings from their soul, when their soul starts speaking to them and letting them know that, hey, I'm not comfortable living here doing this anymore. This really is not us. When their internal clock starts ticking, instead of them saying, hey, let me go within and see what is going on, what do I need to work on, what this really is, instead of doing that, they choose to suppress, they choose escapism. And that is why, unfortunately, there are so many people nowadays that are alcoholics, drug addicts, and also homeless, who are actually supposed to have higher purposes and higher callings. But because they chose to be in denial, and they chose to put blinders on, and they did not answer their soul's calling, they fall into a form of depression. They would rather go into escapism. And if you're not doing your soul's purpose, you're going to end up with a form of addiction that can be harmful or fatal, or you will end up in poverty. And when I say poverty, I'm not just talking about financial poverty. I'm talking about spiritual poverty, emotional poverty, mental poverty, right? And that is when you really realize, well, some of them don't even realize that they're tired of their own shit, because whenever they do, instead of having accountability, they prefer to project and go deeper into their escapism, deeper into their vices, deeper into going the wrong way or the wrong path. And unfortunately, I say all the time, this is the lifetime where we should learn our soul's lessons. This is the lifetime where we can make heaven on earth. But if you do not learn your lessons, you will have to come back and repeat it again. And for those of us who grew up in poverty, who grew up with lack mindset, who grew up struggling, who grew up knowing that we had a higher purpose, but we had nobody to believe in us, we don't want to do that. We've struggled long enough, haven't we? So at some point, when you realize that you're tired of your own shit, it should not take for somebody outside of yourself to tell you, hey, enough is enough. Don't you think you have a problem? Because we know when we are doing things in excess. I know back when I was struggling with being an alcoholic, I got tired of my own shit. I got tired of waking up the next day with a killer hangover, throwing up my whole life and everything, having the double dragon, shitting, throwing up at the same time. I got tired of that. I got tired of my own shit. No pun intended. I just realized I did that. But yeah, anywho, yes, I got tired of my own shit. And so many people are tired of their own shit, but they're so used to going on what I like to call the karmic wheel, which is just like a dog chasing his tail, going round and round, round and round, round and round. They would rather do that than to step out of their comfort zone and discover what is on the other side of failure. The other side of failure is success, duh, but you have to put in the work. You cannot look to other people to do the work for you. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. Everybody is responsible for their own soul's growth and their own soul's journey this lifetime. Everybody. We have the tools, and there are a lot of people who get messages from God. Their angels and their ancestors tell them constantly, hey, you fucking up. You need to do X, Y, and Z. And instead of doing that because it looks too hard or because they're afraid of the unknown, they would rather go into escapism, go into projection, and blame everything and every environment around themselves except for themselves. And all that is doing is prolonging your process. And all that does is cause bitterness in your heart, and that causes unnecessary pain, trauma, and turmoil, because the people who are working on themselves, you don't want to be around them anymore because you feel away, and all that's going to do in turn is make you feel even worse about yourself. And that's you letting the devil win. That is you succumbing to your own personal internal spiritual warfare. That's self-sabotage. Once you realize that you're tired of your own self, it's time for change. And when you're tired of your own self. You can look in the mirror. That's not a conversation that you necessarily need to have with somebody else. You can look yourself in the mirror and say, self, I'm sick of your shit. It's time to tighten up. For real. Because this is the time. A lot of people are being called to step up. A lot of people are being called to transform from the inside out. And a lot of people are refusing the call. What you have to understand, the call is not going to be loud. It's not going to be like, hey! No, it's not going to be like that. Remember, your intuition, whenever the voice of God speaks to you, it's calm, it's quiet. So if you're not paying attention, if you're overindulging, if you're in active escapism, you may miss your call. You may miss your shot. And at this point in time, the way that we are going, the way the world is going, I mean, it already says it in the Bible, the wages for sin is death. And that doesn't mean by sin, that doesn't mean you have to go and kill somebody. That doesn't mean you have to go rob a store or do something like that. Not answering the call, your soul's call, your higher self's call, that is a sin. And there's many forms of death that can occur from that. There can death of your finances, death of your love life. And I'm not just talking about your boyfriend or your girlfriend. I'm talking about all the people around you that love you. If they're fighting for their success and you're not, they're gonna have to let you go. Death of your mental stability, death of your clarity, death of your discernment, death of your conscience. Because when you don't heed the call, and when God keeps giving you signs, synchronicities, when the Spirit of the Lord keeps talking to you, when your intuition keeps talking to you, and you don't listen, God will turn you over to a reprobate mind. So then when you're really fucking confused, you will have nobody to help you except for those damn demons that you succumb to. And of course, they're not going to tell you the right thing to do, honey. Don't let them lie to you. I'm telling you right now. They're not going to tell you the right shit to do. They're gonna want you to keep feeding their demons, because the more that whatever you feed the most, that's what grows. Just like plants, the more you water it, the more you fertilize a plant, the more it grows. So the more you water, the more you feed your demons, the more they will grow until they take you over. And you don't want to be walking around just a shell of a person, because as I said, death occurs for the wages of sin, for disobeying your calling, for disobeying God's voice. The wages of sin is death. You don't want to walk around just a shell, because you're dead on the inside, just full of excessive bullshit and escapism, vices, on dialysis, because you done drank yourself into kidney failure, liver failure at 30 years old. Is that what you want for yourself? Sitting there, do you want to be, you remember those old people back in the day? I know a lot of people have seen like a whole bunch of shows and movies where you have that grandma, that grandfather sitting there rocking, talking about, yeah, woulda, coulda, shoulda, I sure wish I did this when I was younger. Hell, a lot of us had those type of people in their family. I know I did. I used to want to do this. Well, why didn't you? Because nobody believed in you? Fuck them. You didn't do it because you didn't believe in yourself. And you never got tired of your own shit until it was too late, to the point where you really, really feel as though you can't do it, or because you didn't listen to your soul's calling, you started receiving different deaths. Your health started dying. Your finances started dying. Your abundance started dying. So now you have nothing to go with. You have nothing to work with. So now you cannot fulfill your purpose this lifetime. So now you have to come back again. And what you don't understand, whether you believe in it or not, that's fine. You ain't got to believe me. Once you cross over, you'll see what I'm saying is true. You're gonna be like, oh shit, oh my God, I gotta come back to this motherfucker, do it again. And you carry your past life karma with you. You do. So whatever lessons you don't learn now, you gonna learn the motherfuckers later. You gonna keep coming back till you do. It's just like school. How many times do you want to repeat the same grade before you realize you a fucking idiot? Excuse my French. How many times though? Like seriously, sis and or bro. I'm trying to help you out because I care. I love you all. And I feel as though everybody, and I mean everybody in the world, no matter what you've done in your past, if you can forgive yourself, if you can be tired of your own shit and decide that you want to change, you want better, and you want more, I believe in you. I believe you can do it. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how young you are. You have to believe in yourself. It doesn't matter who does not believe in you. The only person's opinion that really matters is yours. So when you know that you're tired of your own shit on the inside and here, it's up to you to change. Nobody's gonna make you do it. Nobody's gonna push you to do certain things. You have to hold yourself accountable. Once you realize that you're tired of your own shit, it should not take a life or death occurrence for you to be tired of your own shit. And unfortunately, that's what it's coming to nowadays. It's so sad. On social media, I'm seeing people who are ending up handicapped, paraplegics, blind, all types of tragic things. And then once they get to that point, that's when they want to start working in their purpose. That's when they want to start putting themselves out there and doing what they're supposed to be doing. It should not take all of that. It should not. It should not. Heed your call while you still have the chance. While you still have eyes to see, ears to hear, limbs to walk and move. So you can fully not just live in your purpose, but also enjoy the fruits of your labor. Because for those who put in the work, you will receive the reward. It might not come tomorrow. All good things take time. And that's the problem. A lot of people are too fucking lazy. Okay? I understand we're in the microwave age. However, you have to do the work. Things don't happen in your timing. It happens in God's timing. But the longer that you sit there satisfied, living in your own waste and or filth, the longer it's going to take. Because the more karma you're going to have to pay off. Exactly, little baby kitten confirmation. And who do that? Don't you think we've had enough problems and issues with slavery, world wars, and all the other bullshit that they try to put out here to distract us from our purpose and our calling? Right now, all of the karmic bonds, all of the black magic, all of the things that were done to suppress the truly gifted beings, all that shit is being lifted. It's time. Answer your call. God's calling you. I love you all. And while you're on your journey, you're going to need protection. There's so many people that once they start in their spiritual journey, they be like, oh, I got this, I'm good. Oh, I'm psychic now. I can see, I know who don't love. You need some fucking protection. That's why you go through so many spiritual attacks. I just made a video about that. You need protection. Nobody out here is God. We all come from God, but we are not God. You need protection. Protect yourself. Protect your wealth. Protect your health. And you can start with that protection by going on my website on Etsy, Empress Oracle Shop. And there I have what you need to get started. I have crystals. Okay, everything I have on, y'all see, I don't fuck around. Neither should you. Everything that you need to start your journey is on there. I also do custom orders, so don't be afraid to reach out to me. Say, hey, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I need LMNOP. I got you. I got you. I got you. I have body butters to protect your energy, to protect you from spiritual attacks, from spiritual warfare. I have love butters to enhance your own self-love, not for you to attract that same old fuck nigga you've been chasing for the past 10 years. Fuck him. It's to enhance your self-love, because when you love yourself, you manifest and you draw positive things to you. I have money butter to help increase your abundance. But don't forget, faith without works is dead. So you can't just rub on the money butter and just sit back and expect a money shower. You have to put forth the work. Okay? You work with me. But yes, check me out on Etsy at Empress Oracle Shop. Heed the message before it's too late. And yet again, I might not like y'all, but I love you. Be blessed. Oh, that might not like, that was for the haters.